Alright, and we're back. We're back with a new video. Oh shit, I didn't mean to sink down like that. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another, I gotta turn this just slightly. We are back with a new video.
Towards the door.
Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the start to your weekend. You know, it's Thursday. It's the first day of November. So it's happy November. It's my birth month. And as I posted, I'll be accepting birthday lunches, birthday dinner, birthday gifts all month long. Saturday is my mom's birthday. My mom will be 73 years old. You know, I'm excited. Thanksgiving will be in 3 weeks. It's like the fastest Thanksgiving, you know, what is it, the fourth Sunday? Third Sunday this year.
Wait,
what are we saying? It's the fourth Sunday this year.
What's the fourth Sunday?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's not on Sundays.
No, it's I meant on a Thursday. My mind is somewhere else. I'm thinking about Sunday.
That's why I'm confused with what you're saying. Like Sunday.
It's the fourth Thursday of November. Thanksgiving. It seems closer to me than that. And it's my birth month, so shout out to me again. But I hope you guys are enjoying the start to your weekend. It's been some stuff going on. Now listen, on Monday's video, you know, we were talking about the Nicki Minaj thing. Let me tell you something. It's Thursday. I am past. What's her name? What is wrong with my memory?
Yeah.
Cardi B. I'm past Cardi B making 12 videos. I'm past Nicki Minaj like replying, and then they throwing.
Well, you got them on the list.
I know, cause I had to put them on there because I don't want people to be upset. But I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm done with this. I feel like they are too grown and they are too old for this. But I will say, Cardi B had a lot of receipts. And we were noticing that, you know, while we were late getting the information, but she had a whole video, but she had a lot of receipts. And, you know, I feel bad because she threw a couple of people in there, like Little Mix and some other people to do videos with. Like, I just didn't like that part. But she had her receipts, and then Nicki Minaj getting into it with Steve Madden. All of this stuff is just stupid, and you know, I just feel like Nicki, girl, just rehearse for your tour. You saying all is well, you gonna do your thing, and I just want you to do your tour and be successful. I want everybody to be successful because this is stupid, and I don't got time to be on this one said this and that one said that and then like I don't have time for all of that. I just hope that they get it together, and I hope that they be successful, you know, on their own. But this drama, it doesn't fascinate me. Does it fascinate you?
No,
it don't fascinate me.
It's fun to talk about, but it doesn't fascinate me.
Yeah, it was.
Once
fun.
I'm done talking about it,
yeah, it was fun on Monday, and that was Thursday. It's this Thursday. It's hot. It's too hot. I knew that. It's way too hot, and I ain't put my air conditioning back in the window. I don't know what Nina's screaming about, but yeah. So Chris Brown and Nia. Now that's what I really wanted to talk about. Because, you know, Mikkel and I, we had like maybe a month and a half ago, we had a big blow up. And we were going back and forth about child support and who owed what and who should do what. If you're making more, you should pay this, blah, blah, blah. If you missed that video, go back and watch that video because it was real good and it felt like the early early Scorpion show days. So now we find out that Chris Brown and Nia, they are working out an agreement where Chris Brown will pay her more in child support, but he's buying her a house. He's buying her a house, and they're working out a new payment arrangement on what is fair for the child support, monthly child support payments. Now, with him buying her this house, I've never heard of a judgment that way, or I've never heard anybody come up with an agreement that way. And I'm like, a whole house, Chris Brown, now come on. She could have got a house with the other money that she's been getting. Yeah. Yeah. Now listen, I'm all for women getting more money, but if you're not being fair, then fuck no.
She was never being fair.
I've never heard of somebody getting a house.
That he has to get her a house.
I don't think he has to. I think he.
Yeah, well, I'm almost yeah, because he wants to get. But I'm almost certain that this isn't going to be the end of this with them because
probably not,
she's a crumb bum, and she is somebody who just You know what?
Ching,
I see payday. So ching ching, let the cash register ring. That's what she sees. And so now you have Chris Brown paying all this money, and he's getting her house, and it's sad because it's like you said a month ago, I was like, are people not seeing the type of person that this woman is? And now it's like,
yeah. So I guess they're moving out their house. But she was saying that where she lived at wasn't, you know.
Well, then why didn't she buy her own house?
I don't know.
Because I know she's getting the money.
Yeah, I know she had an ex-husband. She has an older daughter. Like, I knew all of that stuff.
I bet you should have a guy living in there by the end of 2018.
Well, she's allowed to move on, but
well, then he should.
If I was Chris Brown, I wouldn't agree to buying her a new house. Then no.
But you find
a place. But
you
find a place with
But that's
your own
unfortunate because damned if he do and damned if he don't. He was paying her all this money and people were complaining that, oh well, you make all this money so you pay her more. Now he's buying her house and people are now like, oh, well, I don't think you should buy her house. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't agree with the house. I agree with more child support, but not a whole fucking house. Because a part of the payments from child support that goes towards a house. You know, that's a part of sheltering. So she could have saved up enough and got a house, but I just don't agree with him buying her house. But if that's what they came up with, fine. $21,000, yes, that's excessive. I would think that they would meet somewhere in the middle. I don't know where they're going to meet, but on the celebrity of Chris Brown, he's only paying $6,000, and then she has all of that other stuff. I don't know, maybe $12,000, $10,000 to $12,000. They'll work somewhere around it. But that's why they negotiate. But I still feel that, yes, she has to move her weight too, because this shouldn't all be on Chris Brown. That you don't... I can't even remember all the stuff she came up with on why she needed that child support. Or more. But Chris Brown did make more money. And I feel like if you make more money, yes, you should have to pay. You should have to pay. But, yeah, buying her house, that's just something that just threw me off all the way. And is her mom still going to be taking care of this daughter, because she don't need all of that money? That was taken away from the child. And what is Nia doing now? Now that we know that you're selling clothes, is your business making more money? I doubt it. But that part is so unfair to me that he even agreed to buy her a house.
I think this whole thing is unfair. I mean, he was paying all of that money already. You know what I mean? He pays all that money, seemingly takes care of his daughter. You know,
yeah,
he's
not
in his daughter's life.
Yeah.
And they're still amping up the child support. I just think that that's unfair. But yeah, that's why I don't have kids, so I don't know.
Yeah. And if you do have kids, if you don't want kids, strap it the fuck up. But yeah, a lot of these girls sing a cash register with these celebrities. And these celebrities stupid, especially the sports ones. They just fuck anything, raw, and come out with babies. And just imagine how many other diseases they may carry if you going around just having sex, raw sex with all these women all over the United States. Because you know there's women everywhere. Just raw dogging.
Have you ever listened to my raw dogging?
No, I don't. Let me tell you something. I don't play those games.
You better not.
I don't play those games.
Negative. I know that's right.
I don't play those games.
When you get that tested?
On Friday.
That's right.
I don't play those games.
Well, I mean, you might be letting somebody raw dog.
No, ain't nobody
might be clean.
I keep telling you.
Everybody who's doing raw dog is not carrying some type of disease. Now, that doesn't mean I want to find out. No. But, yeah.
Every time I think of my uncle, because my uncle passed away from HIV, with complications from HIV. And he will always be telling me about sex and no raw sex. You always better use a condom. So that's always like embedded in my mind.
Do you stick it in your mouth raw?
Don't play those games. I'm not gonna talk like that on camera. Talk about what I do. Do you do it?
This isn't about me. This
is about you. I'm asking you. Do you put something in your mouth before you put it in your mouth?
Not a thing.
You wrap it up.
I don't do anything.
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's boring, Dad.
It is. That's why I don't have anybody.
You just lay there.
See, that's why I said I'm asking somebody who I know, because you travel a lot.
You're such a liar.
You travel a lot.
Yeah, I got
so I know.
Hey,
listen, I know you're not just going there just to go eat and sleep.
Well, yes, I do.
Somebody's blowing your back out.
Oh, no. Well, they would have been had stories. It would have been stories out there.
Well, maybe you paid them off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you get paid pretty well from the show.
I got what you call kind of money.
Who?
What's his name? Cosby and Weinstein got money.
Well, I mean, you get paid pretty well on the show.
Yeah, but not to be paying nobody off.
Well, depending on who you call up. Because it might be somebody that, you know.
You know what? No. Anyway, Chris Brown and to you other ones, wrap it up. He had to find out that was his baby through a paternity test. Can you imagine? Bad Boys 3. Okay. Let me tell you something. I never watched Bad Boys 1 in the 90s. I've never watched Bad Boys 2 in the 2003.
Oh my God.
And
oh my God. First of all,
Bad Boys 3.
First of all, the first Bad Boy. First of all, fuck the second Bad Boy. The first Bad Boy is a classic within itself. That's when Martin and Will Smith were at the height of their careers because both of them had hit TV shows on TV at that time. The Fresh Prince and Martin.
Yeah.
Bad Boy is a. First of all, I haven't seen the second one as much as I've seen the first one. I've seen the first one is like the first one I've seen 1,000,003,000 times. The second one I've probably only seen 90 times. But the first one, because the first one is Bad Boy.
Yeah.
Wow, and you've never seen the first one?
Nope. I didn't care about that movie. Y'all, as y'all get to them, y'all see I missed out on a lot of movies.
Yeah. A lot. Yeah. But you know what the great thing about it is? Mm-hmm. You get to catch up on it.
Yeah.
Because before you get to catch up on it.
I don't know that the second one was more like a comedy. Like, was the first one like a comedy?
No, the first one was an action movie. But of course you had them, you know, every once in a while will make funny jokes. But the first one was an action movie. It was an action movie. It was really good.
Yeah. But it's going to make a lot of money. It's going to make it. I'm not going to rush to see
I wonder if his character is going to have a woman or be married by now, because the first one he was a gigolo and he was the ladies' man and he was single and he just slept around. Martin was the character who had the family, he had a wife, he had the kids, or whatever the case may be. But I wonder if Will Smith now has settled down or if the character is still single.
15 years, hopefully.
15 years.
It was
the first one. I can't remember if he settled down in the first.
The first one was what?
95.
95.
That's 23 years.
But the second one came out, and that's when Gabrielle Union was in it.
Yeah.
It smelled like a pamper.
Yeah. Hello, outside this fucking hallway. There's a trash can full of Pampers.
No, it's not. But it smelled like a fucking pamper.
And
I say wrap it up in a fucking bag.
Yeah. I walked up the steps. I thought I was in the daycare center. Well, who's running the daycare in here?
Oh my God. Yeah, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. And if it's on Netflix, I'm definitely gonna catch up on Bad Boys. But please don't judge me.
But I'm sure you got on demand. I'm sure it's on demand.
Yeah.
If it's not on Netflix,
I'm not even an action kind of guy.
Well, then don't watch it.
Yeah,
because you ain't gonna understand it.
Like
First of all, Bad Boys, certain movies, if you didn't see it when everybody else saw it, then it's not gonna have the same effect now. Because it's like, I feel like that with Crooklyn. If you didn't see Crooklyn when everybody else saw it when they were kids, as an adult, you watching it for the first time, it's not gonna have the same effect to you as it would have when we were kids. Because as an adult, you're trying to catch up to, not you, but as an adult, somebody who hasn't seen Crooklyn as a child, you're trying to catch up to the different jokes and the different lines that other adults who saw it when they were kids are saying. Like, for instance, I can be like, you let Peanuts steal my stamp, Peanuts a $5 girl. You mean to tell me you let some girl named Peanut steal my stamps and you be running around here wrestling with your brothers? I would have whooped your ass for damn self. Somebody who's seen it would know exactly who said that and who she was talking to when she said it. Mm-hmm. But somebody who just seen it as an adult, they probably be like, wait, who said?
Well, I know Alfie Woody told Troy that when she sent her to the store. I forgot what she sent her to the store to get
groceries.
Yeah. But whatever the case may be,
she sent her to the store to go get dinner.
Yeah.
And she let some girl named Peanut steal her damn food stamps. I'll whoop your ass and damn self. Now go take your brother.
But that's true.
Yeah.
Because these kids be
You in here fighting with your brothers.
But when it comes to somebody out there, you ain't got nothing to say. Oh, you can.
Well, what about when she said? What about the scene when surprise, boys?
Now see, y'all wouldn't remember that part.
I pay the bills around here. I pay what did she? Will Chamberlain got a job. The Knicks got a job. And turn TV off.
Yes.
Who did that?
The mother, and I was over that because but see, that reminded me of my childhood. I know that fucking TV ain't on.
Yeah, is the TV on? No, ain't no TV on. No.
Ain't no asking is the TV on, because she's going to come to your room.
When she came up them steps, and that song said, dun, 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 I said, oh yeah, here it goes. Because I remember, it brings back childhood. I remember when I had to turn the TV off, and my stupid ass, when I wasn't supposed to watch it, I would turn it down.
Yes.
But I was so dumb, because I didn't pay attention to the fact that when you turn the TV off at night, and your light is off, the light from the TV is still shining.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be shining under the door. So my dad would always get me. But then I started getting smart and putting the towel or a shirt.
Because I remember when we was kids, Jerry Springer used to come on at night.
Jesus! Oh yeah!
Yeah. And we would be, as a family, speaking and watching Jerry Springer in the room. No, damn well, we shouldn't be watching. But this one, Jerry Springer was on. It wasn't like the Jerry Springer up today.
No, that's when they was actually in there fighting.
Yeah, but they had some good topics.
Is the TV on? I can see. Is the TV on? No. No.
I was watching the basketball.
You was watching the basketball game.
But see, I remember parts of them. It's good. It's really good though.
It's a classic.
What really takes me out is the grandma crying over Queen.
The aunt.
And the aunt, whoever she was, when they sent her down south.
Yeah. They send all the kids down south.
That part's really not funny, but it's funny to me. So yeah, Bad Boys 3 is coming. You know, Martin and Will did their thing. And congratulations to them, and everybody is so hyped, and it's still trending on Twitter ever since the video came out where it was confirmed that they're doing a Bad Boys 3. And Halloween, everyone celebrated Halloween. I didn't celebrate Halloween this year. I didn't feel the need, it was a need for me to waste money on a costume. But maybe next year, I'll throw something together, because this is the most inspiring I've seen from a lot of...
Halloween was really fun to look at the costumes.
Yes.
People were really creative this year.
I didn't even do nothing.
People were really creative this
year. So if I do something, I want it to be good, and I want it to go viral. But
I just shout out to everybody, because everybody was creative to their kids, to them being... Yeah, it was just really creative.
Like families,
like a group of people here, they people I know, they dressed up as the Purge, and they all dressed up, and they was in the back of a pickup truck with the American flag. You seen the Purge?
Yes, I've seen the Purge.
Oh, okay.
But I hate, let me tell you something, I hate horror films like that, and I hate violence in movies. I hate blood.
Oh, you crazy, because I love them.
Hate blood.
First of all, I don't go to the movies. I rarely, ever. It's so rare that you will ever catch me going to the movies to go see a comedy. I'm not going to go to no movie and see no comedy. I'm just not. And if I do go, I'm not paying to see it. Somebody's going to pay for me. But a horror movie, I will run to that in a minute, because I like to be scared. I just do. This last Purge that just came out this year,
in my opinion, was horrible. Came out. The TV show?
No, the movie that came out this year.
Oh, they got a TV show. Horrible. They got a 10-part series.
I feel like the best Purge was the very first one, because that was so out of this world. You're like, wait, could this happen?
Yes, it could happen.
Yeah, that was the first thing in White House. Yeah. And then the last one that came out a few years ago was when they had the election, and the man was and it was a woman.
I only seen the first one. Oh my God!
It was about 3 of them, 4 of them.
Only take me one time, you know. And then one of the movies, oh my God, Insurrection. What's the name of that movie? It got like 3 or 4 parts to it. It's an I movie. Insurrection. It's something.
Because that got about a damn fucking.
Yeah, they got a chapter 2 coming out for what?
Hello, because that's how it was. What do you mean for what? You didn't see the original It?
I only remember It, and that when it was a series, it came on like one of the channels in the 90s.
When the original It with Tim Curry, The first chapter was when they were kids, when they met it, and the second one is when they met back up as adults to kill him.
I don't remember adults.
How don't you remember? Tim Reed from Sister was the black boy. He was the black guy's the adult.
I don't remember that. Wait a minute.
So then that means you never saw all of it.
I had to see it. I had to.
But then how don't you remember that, Kevin? That was the part when they killed him. It's not as an adult, Kevin. It came on as a what's name.
Because remember, it came out. It's no new It's. I mean, I know
there was only one It.
But they did. I'm talking about the one that came on TV in the series
with Tim Curry. There's only one It. The one from 1990, and then the second one that just came out.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the second one. We're talking about the one with Tim Curry from 1990. There's a 2 parts. The first part is when they are introduced to it as kids in the 60s. The second part is when they grow up.
Yeah,
and then they go back.
I had to see.
Then they go back to the town to meet up with each other because they're gonna kill him.
I just don't remember it. But I seen it. I don't remember it. That's crazy. I don't know why I don't remember it.
I don't know why either, because it's all together. That's why they're coming out with the second part.
But I thought they just did it as one big film.
No. If you see, well, see, that's the thing. You didn't see the second part of the original because everybody knew by the end of this It that there was going to be a part 2. Because that's how it ends.
Yeah. But that's crazy. Maybe I'm not a fan of it like I thought I was back in those times.
No.
Yeah. But Halloween really was, everybody did the damn thing. And everyone's been talking about Beyonce on the day before Halloween. She did the Toni Braxton, classic Toni Braxton.
See, you don't remember this?
Cover.
When they were all adults? You don't remember seeing them together? See, there's a dad from Sister. You don't remember that? Wow. This is when they all came back. It was like a reunion. They all came back. It was like an anniversary, and they all met back in this town that they all grew up in, and they came back to.
When I watched it, I was very young, so I don't remember.
So you only see when it ends with the kids. You don't never see when they grow up.
Yeah. I don't remember. I remember that fucking it being under the ground in that sailboat.
I can't believe you.
I remember the balloon scene and the.
But that's in the very first. That's the
I just don't remember the adult stuff then. Yeah. Yeah, but Beyonce did Toni Braxton.
No, really, I need to find out what y'all were watching when you was growing up in this house.
I already told you. I was into my video games. I was into my Disney Channel, Nickelodeon. I was never.
And let me tell you something. Can I be honest with you? Never, ever watched the Disney Channel. Yeah. Man, my sister loved it. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I was never a movie person.
I didn't watch that.
If I watched the movie, I watched over and over. Like I've seen Sister Act 2 probably like maybe 1,000 times. Just like I've seen The Sandlot 1,000 times. There was this crazy movie called Stay Tuned that I watched. Disney Channel always had movies out. Nickelodeon really didn't start doing movies till like the mid-90s. Or they'll do like an hour-long episode. But yeah, I was more that kind of a person. All the movies, me sitting in one spot for 2 hours, very rare. All them different kind of movies. So, yeah, even as an adult, I don't go to movies like that. The last movie I saw was when we was in the movie theater to go see Temptation. And before that, it was Moonlight. I just don't go like that, but I definitely want to see.
I love the movies.
I want to see A Star Is Born before it's out the theaters, and I want to see the Queen movie that they got coming out tomorrow. But I'm seeing that the movie is not really that good.
Which one?
Bohemian Rhapsody. The Queen movie is not really as good. But Rami Malek, who's playing. Come on, Kevin. Oh my God, my mind just went blank. The person who's playing the lead singer is Freddie Mercury. He's real good at playing Freddie Mercury, like Oscar nomination buzz. So we'll see. But I'm thinking Melissa McCarthy is going to get some nominations next year. She got this movie coming out, and she looks totally different to me. It's a different kind of role. And I think she's gonna be nominated for some stuff. You ever just see a movie and be like, okay, yeah, this is somebody's gonna get nominated, really good. Like, you know, that's what I think. But back to the Halloween stuff. I love seeing Beyonce doing Toni Braxton, and then I seen this morning that Beyonce dressed up as FloJo, and that's a person you probably haven't heard of FloJo in a long time, but she was a track star, and she was the sister-in-law to Jackie Joyner Kersee, and they both were fantastic track stars, but she's more known for her flashy looks and her fingernails.
She was a flashy
and stuff.
woman.
Yes.
Woman.
And she passed away from like a heart condition. Like she passed away
Very young. 38.
Yeah.
She was very young when she died.
Yeah, that was shocking to everybody. Like I remember when they, was saying.
And they investigated when she died because it was so suspicious because she died in her sleep, and they were trying to figure out how does this 38-year-old woman, seemingly healthy, just die in her sleep, and then that's when it was discovered that she had issues.
Yeah. A lot
she had I'm sorry to cut you off. She had a seizure in her sleep, and
a lot of people go that way. It's like, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
I just don't know who the hell you made. Yeah, you can't control it, but yeah. But it was good to see Beyonce do that, and then Jay-Z was dressed up as one of the rock star. Jay-Z was dressed up as one of the people from the 1968. The one who raised their fist. I believe it's Tommy Smith. But I was watching something on Facebook about the white guy in that photo, and that's the man no one never talks about. But he is the one that gave them their gloves to take those to raise their fist, and he wore he wore something around his neck for peace. He was from Australia, and when he went back to Australia, he was ostracized by the white people there, and he wasn't allowed to participate in the 1972 Olympics. He just really died broke. And they never invited him to the Olympics. When the Olympics were there in 2000, he wasn't allowed to carry their flag or do anything. So they really didn't apologize for what happened to him until he died.
That was their version of what Colin Kaepernick is doing at the Olympics when they put up those fists. That was a moment in sports history, a moment in history where at that time a lot of people, white America was very critical of that, and a lot of people were shocked that these black men had actually taken a stand on a world stage such as that. You know what I mean? And they took a stand without even saying a word. They just threw their fist up, and it was so iconic. The photo is still iconic to this day. It's just one of those things that you never forget. Also, you know what's so funny when I think about the Olympics too? I think about the Olympics. I think it's in '72. I think it's in Zurich when all those athletes were assassinated. You ever hear that story?
Is that when they boycotted No, I know that the United States boycotted one of the Olympics.
No, I don't think that's that one. There was somebody killed a bunch of Olympic athletes during the Olympics in their boarding house, and it was all on national TV, live on national TV. I think it was in 1972. If you ever see the series, remember I told you about the different series of the 70s, the 60s, the 80s. CNN has the 70s, and there's an episode of the 70s where that particular story is featured. See if
that is crazy. I'm gonna just Google Olympic killers.
I think it's Zurich.
Sarajevo?
No. 72. What happened in Munich? That's what
Munich, Germany.
Yep. In 1972.
Attack in West Germany, which the Palestinian terrorist group Black September took 11 Israeli Olympic team members hostage and killed them along with a West German police officer. Wow, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's good to. I'm sure there's a documentary out there, but like I said, if you look it up, I'm trying to see if I can find, because I know it's on Netflix. Chase, why are you making all that noise?
Oh my God, he was crying for a whole hour.
Oh, what was the matter?
I don't know, but I had to take him. And
the 70s. I think terrorism at home and abroad, and the concept of terrorism to America. I think it's this one. It's either this episode on the 70s, episode 7, or it's episode. It's episode 7 because it's about terrorism.
Terrorism at home and abroad.
And you know what's so funny? Because when you watch it, this is a really good series. Tom Hanks is one of the producers. It's a really good series because you see the different events that happened during these particular decades. And when I was watching this, terrorism was always around, but terrorism became really, really big in the 70s. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of bombings that were happening all over the place. A lot of mass, killings and whatnot, but they were like all political. And then what's so funny is that I was watching the 90s the other day, and I didn't realize until watching it is that that's when a lot of the terrorist attacks came about in the U.S. Because you had the World Trade Center bombing in '93, you had Oklahoma City bombing, you had the thing with Randy Weaver. That was a good documentary too that I saw. It was all these different Waco, down in Waco, Texas.
Yeah, that was '93.
Yeah, all these terrorist things that happened in the '90s, and in the '90s, it's like a lot of terrorist attacks started happening right here in the United States, and it just the Olympic bombing in '96 in Atlanta.
Yes.
It was a lot of stuff that happened. I'm telling y'all, if y'all get a chance, check out CNN. It's on Netflix. They have this great series, and it's called Each Decade. So it starts from the '60s, and it's like 10 episodes each for each decade. And it's really good because each episode is really good. Like, it's really good. You learn a lot of things that you may not have known. Like, I'm sure you're going to learn something when you see the one about the Munich if you watch it. But it's a really good series. It's a really good series. And now they have one with the 2000s. And I just watched an episode the other day, what happened on 9/11. Mm-hmm. And that was really good, too. That was a really good episode. Yeah. But, it's really good. You know what's so funny? Did you know how you never ever hear certain things, historical events, and some things you may never ever have, you'd be like, oh wow, I didn't even realize, or I forgot about that. I found this documentary on YouTube about 2 weeks ago that I watched, and it was about September 11th, but it was about the hotel that was in between the World Trade Centers. And about the people who were in the hotel on that day, and they were saying how a lot of people on 9/11, you always think of the Twin Towers, but people forget of this hotel.
Other buildings fell too.
And how when the buildings fell, they fell on top of this hotel, and many of the people who jumped out of the buildings landed on the roof of the hotel. It was a very, very, very interesting documentary, because I'm like, you forget about this, and it was a big hotel. It was a Marriott. It was like 20 stories tall, and it was this hotel that was right in the middle of this plaza, in the middle of these two towers, and
there was another building that had fell like hours later.
Yeah, that was across.
They was trying to find out how
because it was a part of the World Trade Center complex, but it was across the street. Like, for instance, this is the World Trade Center complex, and then the building was Getta's house.
Yeah.
Across the street. So they were talking about how did you fall?
I want to know how I still
yeah, that's true too. But it's but it was a good because this particular hotel, they were showing you how you could get from both towers through the hotel, and I never realized that the bombing that happened at the World Trade Center in 1993, the bomb was actually under the hotel. Mm-hmm. And the hotels sustained most of the damage from that day. And it's so funny because when one of the towers collapsed, it collapsed on top of the hotel, and part of the hotel was still standing, and there were people trapped in the stairwell. And they said that the reason why this particular part of the building was still standing was because after the bombing, when they had reconstructed, they had made that portion of the hotel much stronger. And so that part of the hotel was still standing when one of the buildings had collapsed on top of it. It's really good. And I'll be watching stuff, and I'll be like, wow, like, I didn't realize this. It's like 17 years later, and you're just like hearing this particular story. But it was really good. So yeah, and y'all know I'm a documentary guy, so I love stuff like that.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of good stuff for Halloween, and shout out to all of y'all for y'all stuff. But next year I'm gonna be ready. I've seen people dressed up as Ursula. I've seen the Cardi B Attack. I've seen more album covers. Anita Baker, Kiera Shear did her mother's album cover. This Halloween has been fun. Martin.
These two twins did Lucy and Ethel.
Yeah, the Real did legendary TV talk show host. Everybody did the damn thing this year, so shout out to y'all.
Everybody did. It was good.
Yeah, now Amari Hardwick, about maybe like a month or so ago, a fan had interacted with him and they didn't like that he didn't take a picture with her and all of that stuff. And she went on to write about it, and he responded, and then she responded. And he's like, he's with his family and stuff, and he went more into it on the Breakfast Club, and he got real upset.
She called in too.
Yeah, I heard on the phone, and then and he really went off. And you know, I understand where he was coming from.
I do too. I
understand where he was coming
with your
from.
family.
Yeah, and when you're with your family, you don't want to take pictures. And then it made me think about, remember when Whitney Houston was on Being Bobby Brown? Bitch, I'm with my husband. I'm eating lunch. I don't want to take pictures.
That's right. That's right.
And you know, I was like, at first I used to be like, damn, that's kind of mean. But I'm like, she is doing her thing.
Now, I totally get it. But however, some of you probably don't know this or probably don't remember, but I actually had a run-in with Amari Hardwick a few years ago before Power came out.
Way before Power.
Way before Power came out. He was here in Philly, and I ran into him, and I spoke. He spoke back, and I ran into two of my friends that I was meeting up with, and I'm like, oh my God, I just saw the actor, this, that, and the third, because at that time Power wasn't out, but he was still, you know, because he was in For Colored Girls, he was in a few movies, and just so happened as I was telling them this, he started walking towards us. And I'm like, oh, hey, there we go again. So, you know, it was just him by himself. It was nobody with him. Just him by himself. And he was coming towards us, and we stopped him, and he spoke again. And my friends asked for a picture. I was with Anitra and my friend Lynette. And they got in the picture with him. But you could tell, just by his body language, that he was standoffish and he didn't want to be bothered. It was just something about, you know what I mean? And I took the picture, and then when I went to go try to take a picture with him, he was like, all right, bye, and that was that. Now, I totally agree with Omar, because I left this on the Shade Room comment too. I told my story on there. I totally agree with Omari Hardwick that I feel like when celebrities are with their family, especially their private time, we as fans have to remember that they are still people and they have private lives. And this is why a lot of celebrities have a hard time going out in public, because it's like, we are normal just like y'all. We just have this job that puts us out there. But when we are not at work, we're just like y'all. We go to the store like y'all. We go to the gym like y'all. We go to the movies like y'all. We go out to eat just like y'all. And so I get it. And I think that people should always respect somebody when they're with their family. Like, for instance, I would never run up to Beyonce if I ever saw her out with her, Jay-Z, and their kids. I would never do that. You know what I mean? I just would never do that. I probably wouldn't even be allowed to do that. But even if I was, I wouldn't do that because that's disrespectful. The only gripe that I have with him is I felt like he wasn't being honest when he said that the reason why he didn't want to take the picture with the woman was because he was out with his family. I felt like, no, because you were standoffish when I met you. And I feel like the only reason why you took that picture was because we were like literally ran into each other, and it kind of was like one of those, oh God, I ain't got no choice but to do this. But while we were doing it, you were real like, all right, like almost like, all right, hurry up. You know what I mean? And I just think that I think he's one of those people that he doesn't like to be bothered. And that's okay. That is okay. I feel like he's one of those people that he doesn't like to be bothered, and he just likes to be Omari Hardwick, who is the man, not the actor, not Ghost, or whatever the case may be. And that's fine. But I think that had I not had that running with him, I would have been like, but because I had that running with him, I'm like, No, I don't think it has anything to do with your family, because when we met you, you were the same way. And you were by yourself. He wasn't with a soul, and he was by himself when that happened. So I'm like, I just took it as he's one of those celebrities who he don't like to be bothered. And you have some out there who doesn't like to be bothered. But the unfortunate part about that is, like I said in our last video when I met Patti LaBelle, the unfortunate part about that is the first impression is everything. And I feel like the same way when I met Patti LaBelle, and she was kind of like standoffish, and it really upset me because of a big fan that I am of hers, and the fact that she was so standoffish and was like, okay, here you go, bye. And it was like, damn, as much as I ride, you know what I mean? So I think that, you know, and I agree, when you're with your family, when celebrities are with their families, we as fans, we got to learn to not be so, ooh, can I take it? Like, because that's not cool at all. But I think that some celebrities should be honest enough to say, I'm just not that type to, I don't like to be bothered.
But you know what though? They also have to remember that these people are putting food on your table because they support you either by watching. When y'all want people to watch Power, you got to subscribe to Stars.
Yeah.
Okay? And you want people to go see you in a movie. You know, you got to be thankful for those who put you in those positions by supporting your films. And you don't have to do it every single time, but it is good to acknowledge those who acknowledge you.
Yeah.
Like with me, only time I don't want to be bothered is if I know like I didn't shower or something, I'm running downtown, I gotta go get something, like I really gotta go get something. I'm like, please, I hope nobody will see me. But when I don't want to be seen, it don't happen.
And you know what's so crazy? Because we are nowhere on the level as Amari Hardwick. We're not. We're on the level of nobody. Excuse me. But when I run into people who watch us and they want to take a picture, I don't say no.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't like taking pictures in my work clothes. I don't like taking pictures when I'm looking a mess. I don't like that. But I can't say no to somebody who has been supporting us all these years.
Yeah.
And I
apologize for being sweaty.
And I apologize for being sweaty. I say, oh, I'm so sorry, I look a mess. And then the person like, oh, no, you forget, whatever the case. But I never ever say no. You know what I mean? I was exhausted and my face was hurting at our anniversary special. Because that was a lot of pictures we took that day.
Yes, you did.
But I'm like, how can I say no to these people who paid their money to come see me, who have been supporting for, some of them for 10 years, some of them for 5, some of them for a year. They've been supporting. How can I say no? You know what I mean? And I wouldn't dare let you see that I don't want to take a picture with you.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get that vibe like, oh, he's, you know what I mean? You don't want to get that. And I hope that I don't care where this show takes me, I hope that I never become that person where I'm like, Now, if I'm out with my family and I can't take a picture, I will politely tell you, I'm so sorry, I can't take a picture right now. But here, let me give you a hug, you know, nice for meeting you. Thank you for, you know, I can't take a picture right now, but I so appreciate you. Some people are just rude, like, oh no, I don't want to take no picture. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. Now, again, I agree with him 100%. You shouldn't bother people when they're with their families. You should not do that. I agree with him because you can scare their kids. You know what I mean? Because and he has young kids, and you never know. Some young kids don't probably understand how big their family is. Like, I often wonder sometimes, does Blue really know who her mother and father is? Like, does she really know who they are? You know what I mean? Because the twins have no idea who they are at this moment because they're still babies. But it can be scary for young kids because they're like, well, this is just my mom and dad. Why are these people running up to you trying to take a picture of this? What is going on? So I think that people should be real respectful when you're with your family. But I also think some celebrities need to be honest and say, listen, I'm just that type that I really don't like to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I felt like when he was saying that whole family thing, while he is correct, somewhere in the back of my mind, I was saying to myself, he's using that as an excuse. Because when I met him, he was the same way. Standoffish, impatient. He was just, because even when I met him by myself, he had like a little tick because I couldn't remember his name. And I said, oh my God, I know exactly who you are. And I said, I'm so sorry, I can't. He's Amari. And walked off. I said, yeah. And he walked off. It was like, you know what I mean? It's
wow.
And And at that time, he was in movies, but he's not this big star. Now on Power, everybody know who Omari Hardwick is. But at that time, this was pre-Power. So it was like, I couldn't remember his name, but I definitely knew his face. And I'm like, and I said, I'm so sorry, I cannot remember. Oh, Omari. He didn't even say the last name, he said Omari. And so, like, as I was watching that interview, I was like, I don't really buy him saying the whole family thing because...
What people say on your comments when you...
Well, a lot of people liked it, but I didn't really go back to read the comments. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like that was my truth, and I tagged Anitra and Lene, and I said, do y'all remember this night? And they both said, yes, we do. Because they were there. I'm not making this up. They both were there, and Anitra said he was very standoffish. All three of us said the same thing. While he took the pictures with them.
This was the day that we met. We met with Andre and his wife.
Yup.
And we ate at one Mexican restaurant. That's why we were there.
It was at night. Yep. Because I was meeting up with you, but I hadn't met up with you. I was meeting up with all y'all, but I hadn't met you yet. Yeah, that was at night.
Yep.
He was very and while he did take the picture with them, it was like, I really don't want to take this picture with y'all, so please hurry up. And I feel like you don't do that to people who support you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that. Yeah. And if I can feel that vibe, if they felt that vibe, then that means that you should change your vibe. Because your fans or people who support you should never feel that. Yeah. Whenever I see Beyonce, I should never feel like Beyonce don't want me around her. Because if I feel that, then that means that, oh, Beyonce, girl, do you not forget I support, you know what I mean? Nobody should ever feel that way. No fan of Jay-Z should ever feel like, dad, I met Jay-Z and he didn't even want, it felt like he didn't even want me around him. Yeah. Because that gives a bad, it's just a bad
and that's
thing.
like one of the best things that I remember seeing Brandy do. Right. After the show, take a picture with everybody. It could be grueling, 8 shows a week. Right. But she takes pictures with everybody.
And she didn't have to do that.
No,
she didn't have to. She came outside on the street and took a picture with every single soul. Now, granted, no, everybody is not going to do that. Every celebrity is not going to do that, and I don't expect every celebrity to do that. I don't, and I don't want to put that high. Well, Brandy do it, so why don't you do it? No, because I'm not Brandy. But at the same time, at least acknowledge somebody, even if you wave. Some people get excited when you go to concerts. Some people get excited when the artist just wave at them. Yeah. You know what I mean? They lose their mind. Somebody like me, I'll be like, you see the artist and they wave at somebody and the people scream, and I'll be like, well, I met them about 15,000 times, and they just waved at you and you done lost your damn mind. You know what I mean? But just that acknowledgement alone makes people feel good. And like I said, I hope I never get to that point where I meet somebody and I'm just like, ugh. You know what I mean? I just hope because I hope and pray that if I ever do that, somebody check me. Like, well, Mikkel, don't forget. You know what I mean? And then that'll be some humble pie that I'll have to eat right there.
Yeah, because, even like if I meet people be probably scared to meet you, but I don't know why. I just would say, ask him, take a picture. He's nice, like.
Scared to meet who, man?
Yes.
Yeah, and then they meet me and then they love me and they want to start talking. Talking.
I just take my picture, I go here and be like, thank you. I've been like, tag me. You better tag me. And they'll never tag me. So, but tag me in the pictures. I want to see some pictures. I'll tell you in public. Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah. Very hot. Don't know what's going on, but it's hot.
And Tyler Perry's new movie is in that. Omari Hardwick is in Tyler Perry's new movie, Nobody's Fool, with Whoopi Goldberg, Tika Sumpter, and Tiffany Haddish. It'll be out tomorrow. But Tyler Perry did an interview with Bevy Smith, and he said that he's killing the Madea character next year. But he's going to do one big tour, and I'm going to go. Next year, I just got to set money aside for stuff I want to see. Something like that, I want to be there for. WrestleMania is coming. I need to be there for that. Different shows next year I want to see, and I'm sure Beyonce is going to do something.
For what?
I don't know. She's going to go back on tour. Something.
I honestly don't want her to go on tour just yet.
Something's going on.
I want her to go on tour when she comes out with some new music. Like, come out with some new music, do a few performances somewhere, and then go out on tour 2020. Not 2019. Because you just ended this tour.
She got to get it in.
She can do it, but I would rather her wait until 2020.
So Tyler Perry is really doing away with Madea, but Madea has made over $500 million in like 10 years that he's been doing the movies. I don't know if I'm gonna miss Madea because some of these movies haven't been all that great. Like Madea, Boo 2 is not really. It's not. How can I say? It's not really like a movie to me. It didn't have a message behind it, but some parts of the movie was funny as hell. But to me, it was the characters, all like his Uncle Joe, Madea, the old lady, Aunt Bam. They made that movie. But you haven't been. I haven't been invested in watching a movie with Madea in it since like a long time. I can't even.
I've never been invested in any of the movies. I've never been invested in any of the plays. I've seen them, but Madea movies and Madea plays, while they are, you know, funny and those are stuff that I look at. Most of the movies and the plays I look at if I'm on a bus trip. Yeah. You know, when you're on a bus excursion and y'all going somewhere and somebody bring a Madea DVD and you watch it on the bus, and I'm watching it and I'm chuckling and I'm backing my phone or I'm asleep. I ain't never been like, oh, I gotta go see a Madea, because I've never been a Madea fan.
It's that movie with Loretta Devine and Bow Wow. That's like the last one that I really felt invested in when watching it. Because, you know, if you see Madea and you know, like, there's going to be a segment where she preaches for like 20 minutes and somebody needs it.
Yeah. And somebody, and it might be you at that time.
Yeah, you never know. Like I love the plays because the plays have messages behind them. Now all his movies might have something, but I don't get.
Is he coming out with another play?
Yeah, next year he's doing a play, and he said he's bringing David and Tamala Mann.
He better. Yeah.
Madea's really going to die.
Yeah.
Next year. Well, I don't know how I feel about that, but it's time. He said. He's getting old and he don't want to be old playing Madea.
He don't want to be old playing an old Madea.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man.
But you know the good thing is though, with all of these all of these characters that's on YouTube or Instagram, I think that Tyler can invest in those people. Like, not saying they got to be in a play, but he can help put them on in movies and stuff. And I think that would be a good thing. Like I seen. The character, not Carlton Banks, is in a new Madea funeral thing, and I think that's so decent. But Tyler can also like invest in. Like,
you said you seen him in the movie?
Yeah, he's in like one of the clips in the movie.
Oh, I know that's right.
Oh. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called a Madea funeral, but this is not the movie where she dies. I hope not. But yeah, it's coming to an end. But I feel like he can help develop, not put on, but help develop shows with these other people. So
yeah,
pass it on, Tyler. Pass it on. But it's just I don't know how I really feel about it. But it's sometimes things come to an end. So that's all of that. Somebody was asking for these questions. It is getting late. I know you gotta get ready for work.
I gotta go do something too.
So we're gonna do the questions video, even if I gotta do them, cause it ain't y'all long. Oh my God, Mikhail. I gotta show
Long-winded.
Long-winded. Ain't even a question. Yeah. It's to the point where I better look. Y'all go ahead and read that shit and then come back to
when you send questions, don't send them so long because then it'll bring. That's an email of telling somebody they're fired.
We done talked to you.
Yeah, too many damn times. Please leave your badge and your eye on all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you send somebody all of that?
Yeah.
That's somebody who needs somebody to talk to.
But yeah, it's long. But you know, people need help.
Yeah, they do.
And it was a good question, but
I need it too.
I gotta give them a short version.
4-page letter to nobody. Who do I look like? A leader? Was it a 4-page letter or 10?
4. It was 4.
You write me a 10-page letter. I'm not reading it.
A 10-page.
I may not even read all of 2 pages.
Yeah,
because I can get the gist of it.
It depends on what you're talking.
All I need to do is read the whole page, and a half of the second I get it. You're mad. Okay. Now how can we rectify this? Well, I did rectify it in page 3, or I didn't get to page 3.
Bitch, don't write me. First of all, people say what's on their mind. The text. I don't even know the last time I wrote a letter to anybody. We don't. That's the problem. People don't write no more. Cursive writing is not even a thing anymore.
Or even taught in school like that.
No, it is in print.
I learned how to write in cursive in the 6th grade, and after that, I always
started late.
Well, I guess. Early. Yeah, I started in the 6th grade, and after that, it was like never ever. And when I write print, it looks like a 5th grader.
That's the problem. People, even with them still writing in print, a lot of kids haven't perfected.
Yeah, I'm
writing
because I write in cursive now. Everything's in cursive, so I haven't perfected my print at all.
Oh my god, it's bad. And I be like, especially the females, your handwriting should not look like that. So I don't play with Timmy and Maxim when it comes to the writing. If I tell them to write it over, they're gonna have to write it over.
My old coworker that I used to work with at the old hospital, her handwriting was the best. And she would always say she went to Catholic school. And
yeah,
she was an older woman, and she said the nuns didn't play that. Yeah, that's what she said. And that was back in the day because she was an older woman. She was like, yeah, they used to smack our hands with them rulers. And I mean, her handwriting, I just look at her stuff and be like, wow. Like, but yeah, my handwriting shows that I grew up in the public school system.
I'm done. I can't even.
But I will say this: people used to come to me to write forge their parents' signature and all that. I would do that all the time.
Those were the days.
Oh yeah,
until that full car came home. Yeah. Because they used to send out interim reports.
Yeah.
And your parent had to sign.
Yeah.
Your child is in danger of failing science.
I'm so stupid. I'll never forget that one day. They sent the interim report home for me, and they would tape it to the inside of your
packet,
your book. And my dumb ass, mine was so bad. My dumb ass took Elmer's glue and glued the page that the interim report was on to the next page, so that when my dad turned the page,
he would see.
But I was so dumb because he started turning and realized the pages were stuck to each other. When I tell you that was an ass whooping, I don't forget. That's why I remember the story. He whooped my ass so bad. Oh, you think I'm stupid? And I'm sitting there looking stupid. Why would I do that? I mean, the things that you did as a child, and you look back at it as an adult and be like, what the fuck was I thinking? I took glue and glued the pages together. Yeah. As if he was going to turn the page and not realize that it was glued together.
I remember I got in trouble, and my mom stopped me. We went on a walk, and we wasn't even living on... We were still living on Esley Street. Mm-hmm. I don't know where the fuck we were walking, but I'll never forget where we were standing at.
Yeah. You will never... What?
We were standing on 24th and Norris.
Yeah.
And she said...
And that's a corner where ain't nobody gonna stop you from getting ass whooped. Because that's the hood.
Yeah, it is. Alright, then we ended up moving on that block. It's a little half block. A couple years later, she said, I will...
Because she can't even run now. Yeah. So you have that
now. Because when we were walking, she was like, now, your teacher called me. She said she sent you home with an interim report.
The way your mother is now, I can only imagine the shit she used to say to her mom when she was younger.
She always say there's two versions of me. Now, you don't want that other Barbara to come out. Because I'll fuck you up. Right? Well,
that's what she said all the time. I'll fuck you up. Oh, and can't even get up. So I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, and she was like, now I don't know what's going on, but you better get it together. I brought that fucking D to a B.
Yeah.
And my teacher was like, it's impossible to do that, but you did it.
Because you knew the consequences at all. And I'm like Sinead, you know what a good ass whooping feels like.
Yes, I did. I sure did. She was like, because when a teacher calls, it's embarrassing to her. Yeah. Especially when she don't know what's going on.
Yeah, my mom used to say it all the time, because then it makes me look like a fool. Like I'm just sending you to school to act like a clown. Mm-hmm. And these teachers keep calling me like I'm not doing my job at home.
She's like, I lied to her and told her, yeah, I seen it, but I ain't know what to do with it. I ain't know what I did with it, something like that. But yeah, we sitting right on 24th and North. She was kindly trying to like get it out and stop me on that corner and told me there's two versions of me.
There's two versions of me. And that's a line. There's two versions of me. There's this version, and then there's a version you don't want to see. Choose wisely. Now go to school and act right.
Yes.
Or the other version of me will be waiting for your ass when you get home.
Okay.
My mother and father, I think they went to a professional class on how to whoop ass. Because they both were excellent ass whoopers.
Because they probably got their ass.
Oh yeah. Well, no, not my mom. My grandmother wouldn't dare hit my mother. Now my father, yeah. But somewhere along the line, yeah,
and she got his sisters fucking up.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, well, they all my aunts and uncles say my mom was spoiled. Yeah, they all say my grandmother wouldn't dare hit her; she was spoiled. But somewhere along the line, my mother learned how to whoop ass. I don't know who she learned it from. Okay, and then when she didn't want to whoop my ass, she'd make my dad do it. And then there would be some days when you knew he didn't want to do it. Yeah. But he'd be like, listen, I gotta do it because if I don't, I'm gonna hear her. So I gotta whoop your ass. Those were the days. I look at my mom and dad now and say, let me tell you something. I will put you in a home.
Yes, them ass whoopings. Put your ass to sleep for a couple hours and you wake up. Well, first of all, I couldn't even go outside anyway. Yeah. Because you on punishment.
Because you're on punishment. I'm gonna whoop your ass and you're on punishment.
You don't even hear punishment no more.
No!
You don't even hear
it's such a shock. My punishment was you get your ass whooped. You couldn't go outside and you couldn't watch TV because I was the TV. Oh no, watching TV. Imagine sitting in a room all day with no TV.
Oh, I can't.
And I told you, my dad, he would get smart and he'd come in the room and take the cable box out. But this is, again, how stupid I was. But you learn. You live and you learn. Days when I would be on punishment, when my mom and dad would leave, I would watch TV. And then my dad was so smart. He'd come home, they'd come home and I'd turn the TV off. Like I was in the house with no TV on all day. My dad come right in my room and put his hand right on top of that cable box.
See, it's that.
Yep. And I remember the first time he did it, I couldn't understand why he was doing it. And then I realized when it's on, that thing is hot. Yes. Scorching hot.
And what did he do when
I can't remember the first time, but I knew after that he would take the cable box out. Like every time I would be on, he would always take the cable box out.
So you wouldn't be able
So I really wouldn't be able to watch the TV. So I really was in there looking stupid with my teeth hanging out my mouth. But those were the days. You laugh at it now. Like I did somebody put me the fuck on punishment.
When you go in those tests, X's, there's still two versions now.
Yeah. Oh, you think I'm not? I'm gonna go like this. You're like, yeah. I'm gonna say, I have one question and one question alone. Are there still two versions of you? I can see her now. You want to find out?
We're gonna go.
Hold on. Barb! She probably asleep. Miss Barb! Are you asleep? Can you hear me? Kevin said, is there still two versions of you?
She ain't gonna answer.
She ain't gonna answer. Because she was sleeping. She's trying to figure out what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go in there, so. Is there still two versions of you? Yeah, there's still two versions of you.